Stephen Wonderboy Thompson fights this weekend in a main event against Kevin Holland. So let's look back at young Wonderboy. In his kickboxing career, I believe he was 76-0 with like a good amount of knockouts. I'm not sure if that is correct, but I'm pretty sure he's undefeated in kickboxing. At this point, he was 40-0 with 24 KOs. So let's get into it. Shout out Cecil Peoples for being the referee to this. That is funny. This is Wonderboy here in the black, and you'll notice that this is a little different than your average kickboxing. First, look at this guy. So you may be thinking, what is he doing? But he is setting up a rolling thunder as Wonderboy kicks that almost hits the target. But luckily Wonderboy is hopping here with his kick, so he's turning over and he's able to just kind of get out of the way. But if he had planted that foot and just kicked like with that foot planted, his head would have been right on the center line for this. But what a crazy way to start this fight. But yeah, like I was saying, you'll notice there are some look at Cecil Peoples. He does this every time. Hey, fight. You'll notice there's some differences in between just normal kickboxing, of course MMA, but this is like a different type of kickboxing. This is like a karate, like kickboxing mix or something. They have foot guards on. I'm not sure if they have shin guards. Here, Wonderboy's opponent kicks. Wonderboy gets out of the way, and again, you'll see there's a lot of range to cover. So when Wonderboy is kicking, he is jumping off of this lead foot. Whoa! Just trying to get into range. Spins. Just clash. Right hook by Wonderboy's opponent and a right hand from Wonderboy, and they clinch up and fall over under each other. I'm not sure the exact rules of this combat sport that they're doing, but man, do I love when Cecil Peoples restarts them. Wonderboy, watch how much distance he covers with the side kick. This guy makes a decent read, actually, because Wonderboy's throwing a side kick, and normally if you just planted here and threw it, it would come up short, and this guy would throw the high kick. But watch Wonderboy hop not once, but twice to get that side kick into range, and it just stuffs him. Like, watch this foot, because there it should stop, but watch it hop once and then twice to get into the range. His kicks are just so good, and young Wonderboy especially, just unbelievable. There again, he's trying to cover a lot of distance with that kick. Oof. Leaves his back a little bit, and he switches into oh, look at that. He switches into southpaw, but his opponent throws a axe kick. That is an epically telegraphed axe kick. Hurrah! Wonderboy's trying to step back and blast the left hand down the middle, and I think he grazes him and lands the right hand as they clinch up and again fall over. Just take a look at Cecil Peoples' restarts. Bow. Those are just amazing. I cannot get over how good those are. By Wonderboy. Out of orthodox, spinning wheel kick, and he lands down in southpaw and throws the left hand, which lands on the guy and drops him. Boom. And Wonderboy's opponent lands a right hook over the top, but that was after he got spinning wheel kick, left hand. That was sick. His opponent goes down. This guy is hyping the crowd. Let's go. Wonderboy, again, leaping with these huge kicks. This one to the body. And his opponent is still looking for that right hook. But as Wonderboy lands down in southpaw, he throws the left hand, left straight, and it gets to the target better than his opponent's does. And that tags him again, and he goes down again. It kind of looked like a takedown, though, and they don't call it a knockdown. They call it takedown. And here, this camera angle is interesting. Wonderboy tries to counter with a spinning back kick. It kind of hits him in the back of the head. Here, again, opponent from way out of range, telegraphing this big kick. Wonderboy steps back, left hand, darting in, switching into orthodox and landing another right hand, left hook, right hand, and they fall right into Cecil Peoples' ankles. They're going to call that a slip as well. So what happened here is Cecil Peoples tries to give points or point deductions to both of these guys, and then you hear a loud scream from the crowd. And you're like, what is that? And then Cecil Peoples like changes his mind on the point deduction. He goes, oh no, just this guy gets the point deduction. This guy actually gets a point. So he like messed it up, and we're like, who is this guy that screamed at him? There he is, Big Ray Thompson, looking young himself in this, but he was the guy who was screaming. And you'll see Cecil Peoples, after a little exchange there, where again they fall over each other, Cecil Peoples calls a timeout and goes over to Ray Thompson and goes, if you don't stop yelling at me, I'm gonna throw you out the crowd. Big Ray is like, okay buddy, come on Wonderboy. Look at this sort of question mark kick from Wonderboy. He's doing the same thing where he's hopping into distance, but it comes up kind of like a front kick and then flips up there nicely. Lands down in southpaw to throw the side kick. He gets crowded there, has to dip out. Throws the 1-2, and this guy again ducks in on like a takedown. Again, a super telegraphed axe kick by this guy. Wonderboy darts in with the 1-2. 1-2, and tries to put this head kick at the end, or this, I mean, it kind of works out to be a body kick, but watch here. When he darts in, he goes boop, boop, and then he goes boop, boop, and tries to put the, I'm pretty sure he was aiming for the head there, but the range was just not right. So note that idea that Wonderboy has. He has that. His opponent kicks. Wonderboy blocks, steps in, 1-2, and look at what is sneaking in behind. That same setup he had just thrown, but now the range is correct. Douche. And that is Sleepy Night Night immediately. And Cecil Peoples waves it off. Wow, that was nasty. Like, he had just thrown the combination, right? So the idea comes into his head. He's like, okay. His hands are down on the way out. Now he crowds the kick. 1-2. His hands are down. And his opponent had just seen a 1-2. So he doesn't think the head kick is coming right after. But boosh. That is just how he knocked out Dan Stitchin in his UFC debut. And that was picture perfect douche. Prettiness by Stephen Wonderboy Thompson. If you made it to the end of the video, thank you for watching. And watch Wonderboy hopefully put on a show at UFC Orlando this Saturday. Peace.